So Andrey, it's very nice to be here. And we're here because the collection of Polaroids that your father made, some of them are going to be sold. They're very special, some of these pictures.
All of them are very special because I think it's might be part of this of the size and the characteristics of the Polaroid itself. But I think it's also the eye my father had for the image. You know, I don't know how he managed with such a simple machine. It didn't have any focus even. It's just a plastic box with the film inside. And he managed to create such masterpieces. It's closer to painting more than of photos, actually.
Exactly.
So, and maybe that's also he liked. That's why he chose to work, and he's made so many of those pictures. Actually, all the collection he chose very carefully. You know, he always threw away the pictures he didn't like.
Okay, so the ones that survive are ones
exactly,
that
the ones he
kept. Yes. Tell us a bit about how this collection came to be.
My father left for Italy to work on nostalgia. At a certain point, they came to Antonioni in Tuscany by indication of Fellini, and my father liked that place, so they stayed in a small hotel in front of the swimming pool of the Antonioni. And there, Tonino brought a Polaroid with him, and my father discovered for the first time this machine and started to take pictures. It was a Kodak Polaroid, and he loved it. Then, of course, he was was trying to keep his memories of Italy while finishing writing of the script in Russia when he was going back. So that was actually the start. And then in 1980, he brought a new Polaroid from Italy to Russia. And then he started to take some pictures, of course, around the house, around the countryside. Of course, thinking about nostalgia, thinking about set preparations, and actually many pictures of the house he took in Russia, in our country house in Masnoia. So that the Polaroid were actually very important to reconstruct and to help my father to remember the atmosphere.
So that's so interesting that it was Fellini who recommended as a place that might be interesting for his needs.
Yes. Fellini called Tonino Guerra, and he knew that they were looking for locations. He said, right. Why don't you go to look at that place where the people sit on the road with their bare feet in the hot water and talk and interact.
Your father was also very friendly with Antonioni, as far as I can see, and a number of the Polaroids are shot in Sardinia in Antonioni's house and with Antonioni's family, his wife. And he has lots of interesting things to say about Antonioni in the diaries.
Yes, my father loved Antonioni as a director and as a person, and they have very strong friendship. They have a great respect, and I remember just a few weeks ago I met someone who was a good friend of Antonioni, and when my father died, he saw Antonioni start crying, but he was not tears of sorrow, but of anger, because he said he's so young, there's so much thing he could do. Why he couldn't understand that.
So you yourself are the subject of a number of the photographs, the ones taken in Russia, of course, not in Italy, because you weren't in Italy at the time, weren't allowed to come. Can you remember that far back to when you were about 9 or 10, I suppose, at the time?
Yes, I was following. I was very interested to to this machine he brought from Italy. And first pictures were made. He was shooting. Then sometimes I took the camera and I made a picture of him while he was working. And yes, he was very excited about this possibility to work with the pictures. And when I've seen the results immediately there, I was amazed how he managed to capture the atmosphere, because sometimes he was waking up in the morning very early, going out with the camera, returning with a few 5, 6 sets of pictures, which are beautiful, amazing, you know. That was his ability to see.
Yes.
That was his eye, you know. An eye of an artist is completely different, you know. That was his actually one of his most important, strong characteristics, you know, the capacity to see things from a different perspective, from a different point of view. And he was capable to explain to you, to show to you this way he sees things. Then, and slowly your vision, you know, changed in accordance to his. And it was an amazing traveling through this dream world he was living in. That was the most important, was greatest memory I got from my father.
Well, Andrey, thank you very much indeed for giving us your time in this way. And I very much hope that the sale is a big success and enables you to do some more investing in this fantastic project, this Tarkovsky archive.
Thank you very much.